There's a tour already set up. I'm going all over the place to wrestle and then sing a song or two, do a monologue, things like that. You know, I always wanted to be a luchador.
Chupa, super fun new Netflix movie. Evan, I want to start with you, buddy. Let me ask you this: Did you know much about chupacabras or the legend of the chupacabra before doing the movie?
Yeah, actually, my grandparents, Nana and Wilito, they actually told me about the chupacabras and stuff, but of course they put in a scary light because that's how it was. This is more of a groundbreaker because no one's ever seen chupacabras as a cute little fluffy creature.
You don't think of them that way, right? Yeah, I never thought of a baby chupacabra.
You think of them as the dog vampire.
Yes.
Goats.
Exactly.
Yeah, reptilian or something like that. You know, I was surprised to see it that way. It was really fun. Demián, I want to ask you. You know, Chupacabra's side. There's a little bit of a side story here where you play luchador, and I'm just wondering, is that in your future, man? Because I feel like the wrestling companies are going to be knocking on your door, buddy.
Oh yeah, there's a tour already set up. I'm going all over the place to wrestle and then sing a song or two, do a monologue, things like that. You know, I always wanted to be a luchador ever since I was a kid. So just to be able to play this luchador now, azul! It was brutal. It was so beautiful. And Mariana Guerrero, our wardrobe designer, she did a beautiful job because she went into the real lucha libre world back in Mexico with real luchadores and all that to get the real material, the real stuff, and make it, look the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Well, it looks awesome and it's super fun. Christian, your character is, we'll say, nefarious. But I got big kind of Indiana Jones, Alan Grant from Jurassic Park kind of vibes. I was wondering if that was intentional.
I mean, sure. I think Onas had a particular vision for Quinn, how he wanted him to be. And look, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. I knew we couldn't do, the whole look, but we found, I think, a nice version of those two characters that you mentioned. And yeah, so the idea of playing an explorer, an adventurer, a guy who's on the hunt for something very mythical and mystical and fantastical was all very exciting for me. I really enjoyed it.
It's really cool, really fun. Evan, man, something that I really love about the movie is how it goes back and it takes place late 80s, early 90s, that kind of era. And that very first scene we see you and you're playing a Game Boy. Had you ever played a Game Boy before, or was that a brand new thing for you?
I mean, I knew what a Game Boy was, and I'm trying to think back. I don't think, aren't they really expensive nowadays?
Oh yeah, they're probably, yeah.
But
I'll never half the budget to get those.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll never forget that Game Boy. That was really cool. It had real games on it, and it was just fun. Sometimes I wouldn't even focus because I was playing the game.
Yeah, that's how it is for the games. I know. Yeah, I know. That's what happens.
It feels so good to hear that a Game Boy is still as life-changing now as it was for me.
It's fun. Yeah. You don't need any of the fancy smancy stuff. You got a Game Boy.
Game Boy. What more do you need?
Yeah, one more.
You need the fancy schmancy stuff. You don't need that. Demián, I want to ask you, working with Jonas as a director, what was that experience like?
Just think about this. I met Jonas when he was 5. Yes, back in Mexico in the theater. And so just to watch him grow and to watch him become this phenomenal director, after I saw Desierto, I was just, I knew that this guy had it, and when he invited me to be a part of this film, I couldn't be happier because he made the whole thing look real and fantastic, which is pretty much what we needed, and he made sure to bring all the key creative people into it, so we could represent Mexico the best way possible. And it's just magical. It's a beautiful film.
The movie is so much fun. It's so magical. It's a great family movie. I watched it with my 10-year-old. We both loved it a lot. Very excited. It's coming to Netflix on April the 7th. Before I let you guys go, I just wanted to put this out there. Demián and Christian, as two guys who have worked on Tarantino projects in the past, and the rumors that maybe his next one's going to be his last and all this. You think that's true? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's a horrifying thought that would be his last movie, right?
We have to convince him, to change his mind.
I know.
That cannot be the end.
It cannot be the end.
No, it cannot be the end.
Something's got to be done.
We have to talk him to consensus.
He's always been a wild and crazy guy, but that would just be why rob us?
Why?
He's just so brilliant and so amazing, and to put it all, no, that would be just wrong. Wrong. It would be terrible.
I concur. Thank you guys very, very much for taking time to chat. I really appreciate it.